engine was still on. I was in the car behind the wheel. And I was about to back up, and then a cop pulls in right behind me and locks me in.
No way, dude.
And then comes over, is like, and I'm like, oh my god.
So, you know a lot about Long Island, yeah?
No.
Yeah.
Sorry to break your improv group. I don't know how to.
Hey, whatever the yes ands, man.
Yes, I know a lot about Long Island.
There's a woman in Long Island who pulled a $40 million scheme. What do you think a Long Island woman would do to pull a how do you do that? $40 million.
A psychic medium or some shit.
That's pretty good.
For $40 million?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Psychic
It's
medium?
hot business, boy.
Yeah, dude. Some bullshit spiritual crystal related type shit, I bet you.
That's a big industry at 40
That's a really good guess, actually.
Dude, the crystals are hot, bro.
Crystals are hot.
They sell those like fucking
Throw some
hotcakes.
horoscopes in there, boom,
Yeah.
millions of dollars.
Throw some characteristics in there.
Dude, crystal stuff is pretty bad. You see on TikTok, they got those crystal fucking lives, those live streams where they're just like in a bucket full of crystals, and then you like get a grab bag, and those things are going 24 hours a day.
Dude, I know it's bullshit, but I'll watch and I'll be like, I bet it'll work for me.
You think crystals really work?
No, dude. But the way they sell it is like, ooh, you just want to fucking believe.
This
you know?
was like Thanos at home with crystals in his hands. It was fun.
God, I'm gonna be rich. You know?
You know, it's funny. It's like even people who believe in crystals have another subset of like things that make crystals unusable. That you're like, what? Because I was walking by a crystal table at the market with a friend of mine that does believe in them, and I was like, aren't you interested to get some of these? They look great. She was like, they've been out all day. There's no more power.
Yeah, the energy gets sucked out of them and
The
stuff. They
sun
gotta
or
be put
something,
back in the
yeah.
sun.
Or the
get
moon.
the energy.
Dude, I knew a girl who used to put her crystals out at night when it was a full moon because the moon would recharge them.
It's true.
But it's true though.
It is true.
Idiot. You try to dunk on her and you just got dunked on in front of everybody.
Your views are so fluctuating. I can't keep up.
Idiot. But that's the thing about the spiritual shit like that. Like you can't make anybody. There's all these made up rules that.
I'm putting crystals out of your fucking window at night when you don't know about it. Now watch it.
I do it only on half moons, dude. Okay, I don't do it on fucking.
Would you grapple a dude covered in crystals?
No, that's too much energy.
You're gonna start vibrating?
Decked out in amethyst?
It's like Super Saiyan 4 at that.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
He's a quartz belt.
Yeah, there's no fucking. I can't.
No chance? All right. So it's not crystal based, this scheme. No crystals involved.
Opioid based. Opioid based.
That's also really good.
Sounds like you know Long Island.
It's not.
You should guess.
It's not opioid based either.
It's not, she didn't flip houses or something?
No houses, no drugs, no crystals.
No woo-woo shit at all? No, like
woo-woo?
nothing like that?
What's woo?
Is it
Like
demographic
psychic, like
for
weird,
women?
you know?
Oh no psychic stuff.
Is it demographic for women? Who she scams?
It's a little bit surprising.
Is it just Herbalife?
It's just a pyramid scheme, classic pyramid
Is it Mary
scheme.
Kay?
So let's just say this: it's a Long Island woman. She's white,
Oh, I already assumed.
but what she did is kind of more of a reputably an Asian thing. She did.
Okay.
Oh, so she just money laundered in front of a fucking restaurant for like 10 years?
Giving away our family secrets.
She does nails.
That's it, Cans? That's all you got?
Hey, you can make a lot of tips, man. You can make $40 million worth of nails.
She had a gambling den.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
gambling.
Mahjong ring in the back of a nail.
Specifically Mahjong.
It's gotta be gambling, dude.
Or fake purses. Because that's big business.
There it is, counterfeit
Counterfeit.
merchandise.
Big bingo. She's a 31-year-old Long Island woman. She had $40 million in counterfeit Gucci, Chanel, Prada, and other high-end labels, selling it out of her own boutique in Long Island.
Dude, that market is fucking insane.
Was it only Chinese people buying the merchandise? Because then that's good. I think that there's nothing wrong.
It's like karma.
It's for everybody.
Karma.
So she would take Chinese-made sweatshirts, like a $10 sweatshirt, flip it for $5,000.
Whoa.
One sweatshirt.
So she probably just took a Sharpie out, wrote like Balenciaga on it, and then sold it to a bunch of like...
No, she did the classic. She did the she had her own press that made the labels, so she'll make the fake labels, and she had her own you know, like the screen printing.
She was manufacturing herself.
That's tight.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
That's super illegal.
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn.
But what was the quality of the goods? Like, were they high quality?
Imagine it's better than the actual, dude, because she handmade it.
They might have been.
I I mean, 40 million is a lot.
40 million, yeah.
How long does?
But they're saying 40 million in merchandise.
Yeah.
They're not saying like all sold, right?
Yeah.
She had 22 heat press machines in her shop.
Nah, she doing big biz, bro.
Yeah, she was doing numbers.
She was doing it for a while. It doesn't say how long she got away with it, but
Dude, she was selling sweaters for $5,000.
they probably don't want to say how long she was doing it because
She was doing that shit for a while.
it was definitely a long time, and then that's on them that they didn't catch her. And that's a great place to jump in if you're like, she got away for 10 years. I can just do it for 5
Yeah.
and just cut it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, so it's morally wrong, but it's like props to her because she actually put in the work and she actually sold these things, and so she did the work to make the money. But it's just not her brand.
And I bet no one that actually bought the shit gave a fuck until this story came out. Probably people even noticed.
Because if they believed that it was Gucci until they died, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you know.
Or even if they found out now that this shit is fake, they're not telling anybody that they got it from this.
Right.
Like, who the fuck is gonna do that?
Yeah, and nobody's, if they found out it was fake, they wouldn't tell their friends, oh, I think it's fake, because then
That's
you
what
know,
I just said in a different way.
That's why you guys are a good team.
Yeah. Oh god.
Did you guys ever buy fake shit when you were in high school?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, me too. I had
Sure,
a
I had
fake
fake
FUBU.
stuff. I had fake FUBU too.
You had fake FUBU?
My dad brought it home from the
Yeah.
liquor store. I was like, oh, this shit is fire. But then I look on the other side, it's like, oh, this shit is fake.
This is AAA. This is Gildan.
Yeah.
Yo, back in the day, my dad he would go to China a lot, and he would come back with the pirated PlayStation,
Ooh.
and then he would just buy all the games for like hella cheap. Obviously, like most of them wouldn't work, but the ones that did work,
Worked okay.
they worked.
Pirated PlayStation?
Yeah, dude, it was wild.
So
Yo, that's
pirated
sick.
as in like it was unlocked to play like discs that you can burn?
Yeah, like game.
Just more like the Japanese
modded.
ones that it was already modded. Yeah.
Yeah, modded out.
They work like 45%.
I had a modded GameCube, man, from Vietnam.
You think you're better than me?
Yeah.
It's my story. Why are you taking my spotlight? You just one up at me now? Jesus Christ, this guy.
Where did you get it? You got it from Vietnam?
Yeah, so I actually brought my
just went
GameCube
up to
to
you.
Vietnam,
We're actually
and they
talking about
modded it there, and they had a whole store that sold like copied discs. And I was like,
Right.
whoa, this is a crazy thing, and you can't catch you because it's a different country. There's nobody's like regulating it.
Yeah, so not to be like perpetuating crime, but even here on OfferUp or Craigslist, you can get your electronics modded. Like you can get your stuff, like they'll solder it and then they'll make it so you have a PSP that has every game already built in.
I bet you, time out. I bet you Ryan has like 6 fucking illegal ways of making money that he's just holding out.
No way, man.
I know you got. I remember the other week when you're like, dude, you know it's like a sick ass little flip. Everybody after the snowboarding season just like fucking sells their shit to like Goodwill and stuff. So you buy them during the
common
summer
sense.
because it's super common sense. Who the fuck thinks of fucking
If you go to
all the time?
Goodwill in the summer,
He
the
buys all the
snowboards are like
snowboards and ski material in the summer, and then he holds on to it in some fucking because you got millions of square
That's
foot.
not-
That's not a scam, though.
Smart. That's smart. You're using your brain, man. It's like,
What are you trying to one up me again? Fuck
This guy is sneaky, huh?
this guy, huh?
It's a constant one-upper.
yeah. We don't like him, dude.
this lady.
But Ryan, so the ultimate test is you got a guy that can get a black box for cable.
Are you still trying to get a black box for Gabriel?
Or can you give me a handicap placard for my car?
See, that's actually kind of fire.
good, too.
Do you know anybody? Allegedly? Do you allegedly know anybody?
I actually just learned that asthma counts as you can get a handicap placard.
What? And you got asthma?
Yeah. Someone just told, like, it was in San Diego, the opener told me that he has asthma. He got a handicap placard for...
gotta start wheezing.
So Ryan,
How do I get asthma?
Oh, funny you bring that up. You
Wow.
want an inhaler or a prescription?
he just opens his jean jacket. He's got nothing but handicap placards here.
Damn, no, that sucks.
So he just parks, puts it, like walks out, just super capable.
I was like, why the fuck does it count? Why the fuck does it count? And he's like, well, you know, if you have really bad asthma and you're having an attack, like in a grocery store, some shit, and your car is parked super far away, you might not make it. But if you're close, then you'd be able to get to your car at least.
I just want to be able to use it
That
for
does
street
make
parking, so I don't have to pay the meter. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty big violation if you get caught looking healthy after parking in one of them shits.
But what if I'm asthma?
What if you have a placard?
Doesn't matter.
That's
When
what I
you don't
mean,
have
like,
placard, it's expensive.
It's
I got caught recently.
What happened?
No, we don't need to talk about it. Let's focus on.
You parked in a handicap? Got a ticket?
Didn't we talk about this
No.
recently? Okay, so
Do they know you're a Kinja?
It was when, obviously not. It was when fucking the lottery was like $1 billion. And then Nina was like, hey, can we pull into the 7-Eleven? It's right outside of my house. Can we pull into 7-Eleven and get a fucking lottery ticket?
Oh, that's the one where you weren't even really parked in.
Dude, okay, so
Yeah.
every spot was already taken. There was only the handicap spot in front of the 7-Eleven. So I pulled in real quick to drop her off. She got out the car. She wasn't even in the 7-Eleven yet. Engine was still on. I was in the car behind the wheel. I was about to back up, and then a cop pulls in right behind me and locks me in.
No way, dude.
And then comes over, is like, and I'm like, oh my god.
Were you like, I was just dropping her off and then?
Yeah, of course I explained the situation, but do they give up?
He still gave you a ticket?
Man.
Yeah.
It's because you didn't act.
$400.
You didn't act handicapped.
Damn.
And $400? Yeah, that was my first thought. I was supposed to roll down the window. I'd be like, careful. I was sleepy. What are you guys thinking? Huh? Don't fucking one up me. That's not the way to one up.
Arm is like, he's like, "What? Come on,
Be careful,
officer."
Ken. Be careful. You got to edit yourself out later. Right?
No.
Do you guys remember back in like the
$400?
late '90s, early 2000s when Tommy Hilfiger was the shit? All Asians were wearing it, and then some rumor went around saying that Tommy Hilfiger didn't like Asians wearing his brand, and we all fucking stopped.
Was that true or not?
My parents still bought it for me after.
Was it real though?
Yeah,
or was
I
it
don't know.
GameCube?
I think after that, fucking Tommy Hilfiger ended up on like Ross racks and shit. Real quick.
Yeah, it did,
Yeah.
but it wasn't true. It was that he was saying that the Asian market that's been counterfeiting his stuff. He said that the counterfeits don't look good.
What the fuck, dude?
What do you mean?
They look great. What a fucking dick, bro. He can't be appropriate like talking shit. That's
We know what
fucked
we're
up.
doing,
You're
man.
quicker to defend the counterfeit Tommy than actual Tommy Hilfiger.
I got a Lakers jersey in Bali. Let me tell you, bro.
That shit had a Tommy Hilfiger logo.
It did look counterfeit. I seen it.
Shut up. No, it
You look
didn't.
like a third world country. motherfucker.
You know what's sick? When you go to China and stuff like that, and you go to their counterfeit markets, because they have like legit counterfeit markets, right? There's 3 tiers of counterfeit. There's like, if you pay like really little money, it looks kind of counterfeit, and then you pay a little bit more, you get like this, and then you pay a good amount where it's almost like it's kind of an expensive fake, but it looks exactly, because it comes from the factory. Like it actually comes from the fucking factory that these like same designer brands make them and stuff like that. And when you go into these stores that have like these kind of like obviously not name branded stuff, you go into these like giant like fucking warehouses, you go to the store, and then you go to the right person because you have to like know these fucking people, and then they bring out this like little laminated menu that has the name brand stuff, because they're not obviously selling the name brand stuff just like in front of everybody. They got to give you a menu, and then you can order from the menu and then come pick it up in XYZ amount of time because they get it from the factory. It's fucking crazy.
Jeez.
Bro, even in jiu-jitsu gis, right? There's a really famous brand called Show Your Roll, and like that was like the hottest fucking gi, and they do limited drops. They're like the supreme of jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
They are dope actually. Did the collab with Undefeated?
Very cool, right? See, if Anthony likes it, then they're pretty cool. But like, we knew homies that would get the cheap ones in like Bangladesh and shit, and those were fucking just as good, bro. Because they all come from the same fucking factory.
Yeah.
It's all the same factory. It's just one logo, and then the stitching is a little different.
That makes sense.
So ask me if I got some fake ones.
Do you have it?
You selling?
Let's turn off the camera, dude. Let's turn that off.